Hey, it's Liz with Lawsuit Tracker. Here's everything you need to know about the Valsartan federal lawsuit. So this is MDL, or multi-district litigation, number 2875, and it's important to note that this is not a class action. The biggest difference being in a class action, you split money between thousands of people evenly, and in MDL, each person's lawsuit is its own individual personal injury lawsuit, just consolidated into one court for efficiency. So this was filed in 2019 out of the U.S. Circuit Court in New Jersey, and this is a product liability litigation. So Valsartan, if you don't know, is a drug prescribed to treat high blood pressure and hypertension, and individuals are filing lawsuits nationwide after impurities were detected in multiple lots of the prescription drug. Contaminants included cancer-causing compounds like NDMA, NDEA, and NMBA. Individuals who were diagnosed with cancer after taking affected Valsartan drugs may be entitled to damages, and complaints filed against the manufacturers and distributors of these drugs suggest that the companies knew or should have known about the risks associated with using the drug and failed to warn their consumers. So in July of 2015, the FDA issued a press release calling for the voluntary recall of several Valsartan-containing medications following the detection of an impurity in multiple batches of the drug. It was discovered that potentially hundreds of batches of Valsartan had been contaminated, particularly generic versions of the drug manufactured overseas, mainly in China. So it is estimated that millions of people have been exposed to the contaminated batches of Valsartan, and we're expecting the lawsuit numbers to grow as more people are informed that this is ongoing. So cancers that potentially are caused by the contaminants found in Valsartan during the contaminated batches are bladder cancer, blood cancer, colon cancer, esophageal cancer, intestinal, including small intestines, leukemia, liver cancer, lung cancer, multiple myeloma, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, prostate cancer, rectal cancer, and stomach or gastric cancer. A question that often comes up is, how did these impurities even occur? How is it contaminated? And it's a problem that's probably multifaceted, but some potential causes are likely pre-existing contamination in raw materials, inadequate solvent recovery operations, a lack of pH or temperature control, and an increased storage time. Due to the statute of limitations in different states varying widely, it's always suggested that if you think that you might qualify for this lawsuit, to check that out as soon as possible, so that you aren't excluded for something as basic as a statute of limitations that you couldn't control. You can check out our website at lawsuittracker.org and hit the See If You Qualify button. This is under the Dangerous Drugs tab. And then if you do qualify for this, some different things that are needed to prove your case, evidence of product use, medical records showing your diagnoses, and then a lot of times evidence showing your losses. So proof of economic losses, it could be loss of income, medical bills, and then a lot of times as well, proof of diminished quality of life is something that you can sue for. So it can be personal or witness testimony to show how the cancer diagnosis affected your quality of life. The Valsartan lawsuit is just about to go to trial finally, September of 2025. That's when the first trial is scheduled to start. Over 1,300 claims have been consolidated into this MDL, and like I said, we expect this number to increase substantially. Please feel free to leave any questions in the comments, and thank you so much.